Okay, today I get to explore a new area of Yosemite that I've never been to before. It's kind of at the southern end. I'm almost at the Quartz mountain trailhead. Didn't make it all the way because there was a tree blocking the road. Should be another fun 30-mile warm-up day before we tackle Star King tomorrow with a group. Here's the tree. It's too dark to really see much, but I can easily crawl under it, but can't drive the car under it. And no reasonable way to get it out of the way with just me here. Okay, it was a pretty short walk to the real trailhead. But the real surprise is there's a couple of cars here. I guess they somehow got around the tree. I know right about where I'm parked, it looks like there's another little spur road going down to who knows where, but maybe it's a detour around the tree. Oh well, live and learn. Been having a little bit of trouble following this trail in the dark. But it looks like I'm doing something right. I just entered Yosemite. Well, Fernandez Pass I should cross on the way back. Just about at sunrise. Managed to hold the trail pretty well. I'm starting to pass through some really nice big fields of the lupin. Another really big batch of it back there. And unfortunately the mosquitoes come out to get me. Time to move. Those are all shooting stars out there in that little meadow. Just passed my first significant creek crossing of the day. This should be what's coming out of the Chain Lakes, where I will hopefully be visiting late this afternoon. So that's the direction I'm heading. So I'm not going to Fernandez Pass now, that'll be later. Although maybe not. No, we'll see. The Chain Lakes may bypass it, they may not. Looks like I've come to another junction here. Looks like I can get to Wawona this way. But I'll be going this way. Not to Yosemite Valley. Hasn't been a whole lot to see, aside from a few flowers every once in a while. Typical of a west side hike. Just lots and lots of forest. Should break out of it eventually though as we start to climb toward the first peak. And here's the south fork of the Merced River. Figured this would be a tricky crossing. Or should I just say a wet crossing? But that's okay. It's one of the reasons I brought my sandals today. Well, that was nice and brisk. Looks pretty deep here too. Probably could have gone for a swim if I wanted. With as cold as it is right now and as cold as that water is, I don't think I want to. Okay, on we go. Almost didn't notice it, but there is a trail junction here. Sign over there looks like it got knocked down. And this one I didn't even see at first. So that's where I've come from. This is where I'm not going. It looks like the sign just fell off its post. I'm actually not going there yet, but I will be later. I think I have to go over the pass, and that's when I can go to Breeze Lake. And then from there is where I cross over to the Chain Lakes, take the shortcut. This is definitely shooting star season. Back to another crossing. I actually just crossed a piece of it not too long ago. Definitely looks like it's starting to fork off. So this should be about the point where I should leave the trail and just head upstream. Originally I intended to close my loop here, but if I'm able to do the Chain Lakes variation, I won't be back here. So I'll head up this way. Got some wallflowers going on. Alpine phlox too. Yes, and the mosquitoes. Don't notice the mosquitoes until I stop. Kind of walking between two forks right now. And there's more than just two forks. I think the main fork, if you will, has gone off to the right. I decided to cross over this stream because the terrain looked pretty nice over there. And where I was, it looked like it was getting a little bit worse. Plus, not that it's super critical, but the track that I drew is on this side. Pretty nice gradual slope so far. Easy to avoid obstacles. Not too many to begin with. Just caught a little glimpse of what's to come. Not to mention a horde of mosquitoes. Out of here. So that might be Merced Peak there in the back. And then Triple Divide Peak might be over here. Oh look, more river to cross. Yep, there's some fish in there. Eat up more of the mosquitoes. Not sure if I want to try to climb up one of these chutes. Might get me away from mosquitoes though, so maybe I'll give it a try since I'm already up this far. Okay, I'm all protected from the sun and the mosquitoes, so I can relax a little bit now. Got my jacket off. Drank some water. We'll see what we can climb up here. Pretty decent climbing so far. I think I need to be more this direction. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up with a bunch of down climbing or not, but that's part of the adventure, I guess. Still looking pretty good. Don't know if I need to be this high, but there's still a lot of mosquitoes up here, so I imagine they're even worse down lower. So I'm going to guess that that's Merced Peak, although it may be still a little bit around the corner. And then over here is Triple Divide. And this should be the potential bonus peak right here. A little under 500 feet of prominence. Yep, that looks like something higher sticking up there. Just coming into view. As opposed to that I saw earlier, right there. It definitely looks like going lower will be easier, despite the elevation loss and regain. So here you have it. The headwaters of the South Fork of the Merced River. Excellent. Looks like there's a bit of snow still, but it shouldn't pose a problem. It's keeping the creeks flowing nicely. Even a small little one right here below me. And yes, the mosquitoes are still around. But my protection is holding. So that's Merced Peak right up there. This is a fine spot for a little break. It's pretty easy from here. Going right there. Looks like the red heather's coming out up here. Always nice to see that. This big snowfield here is covering the stream that makes that waterfall right down there, so I'm sure it's feeding it a lot. I don't think there's any lakes up here per se. Just a lot of melting snow. We're getting up there. You can see over those mountains now. So that should be False Merced. I guess we'll call it that. Hoping to come down over here. But right now I'm going to go up this way. Try to go around that snowfield up above. And this one right here. Mosquitoes are still here, but they are less, I think. Maybe the breeze might be picking up too. I just reached the ridge line. Should be Merced Peak's south ridge. Not entirely sure about what all I'm looking at here, but I think I spotted the minarets. Probably see them better from the top. And as for what's over here, gotta check the map. Dunno. All right, we are here. And look what's up here. One of those cool aluminum registers that Iris and I were talking about last time. So this should be kind of looking south. The Central Valley is out that way. Not sure what these lakes are down here. I don't think they're the Ottaway Lakes. Thought they were further away, but I could be wrong. Out this way are Red Peak, Gray Peak, and Mount Clark. Out this way looks like a lot of neat looking domes. And that could be Lyle and McClure. Maybe Ritter and Banner. There's the minarets. I do see Mammoth Mountain out there. Bartholomew should be around here too, and I think I see him too. And more stuff to the south. A lot of snow because those are the north-facing slopes. And summer just started yesterday. So that's Mount Clark, another mountaineer peak. Have to pay him a visit here pretty soon. There's Gray Peak, because it's gray, and Red Peak because it's red. Let's figure out what these lakes are. Okay, so those are the Ottaway Lakes. Lower is down there, and upper is here. There's actually a little secondary lake right over there too, and then one more lake up higher. So I guess there's some pass right in this area. Forgot to check the name of that one. And over here, that should be Edna Lake peeking around the corner. It's much bigger than that, so I'll try to get a look at it as I go down the ridge over here. So that should be McClure and Lyle. I think that's how you say it. We were saying it wrong before. And over here, this other pointy one, I'm going to guess either Rogers or Electra. I think that's off my map, so I can't really tell. And a little further, we've got Ritter and Banner. Should be Banner and Ritter. And then the minarets. And I don't know them enough to identify individual ones, especially from this side. Except, I think, this little guy by himself is Star Minaret. The one the gang climbed after Bartholomew. Which I'm going to guess is right there. And then that should be Mammoth Mountain right behind him. Because that's probably Bartholomew, and that one that faked us all out is probably that little bump right there. Then next up for me today is going to be Triple Divide Peak right over there. Here's my entry in the register. Found a few other interesting ones too. Guess the Convoluted Bliss crew came through here. There's Bob. Fast as always. Took me almost 7 hours to get here, probably an hour longer than him. Of course, I did take a nice break by that waterfall. There's Evan. Oh, and look, there's Jonathan Bourne, too. Wonder how he's getting along these days. Looks like this register starts at 03. Oh, and look, there's Matthew Holloman, too. So I guess this thing might be some kind of cast aluminum. I'm pretty sure that writing is engraved in whatever mold they use. When you pull the top off, it definitely feels like there's a vacuum in there a bit. It comes off, but there's some resistance for sure, but it spins pretty freely. So it's loose enough to let the air out. There's some machining marks on the inside here. So that's clearly been turned down to a certain size. I don't know what these screws are for. They don't appear to have anything to do with the logo on the other side. It looks like there's machining almost all the way down to the bottom, where the cast surface seems to take over. And down below appears to be relatively untouched. But then up here at the top where they machine the precise fit, that's clearly been polished down or cut down. And everything else inside looks like it's as cast. Of course, I'm sure all the scratches are from bouncing around up here for all these years. It's a nice snug fit, but like I said, it still spins pretty freely. If you pick it up by that, it comes off, so definitely pretty well made and suits its purpose very nicely. So there's the Clark Range. I'm on a little bump where you get a better view of Edna Lake down there. Looks easy enough to get down there, but long way to come back up again. So this is where I came up, this area. I went up to Merced Peak, right up there. And now I'm going to head on down. So there's a notch that I'm going to need to go to on the way over to Triple Divide, so I'll just head straight down this way, avoiding the snow as I can. Looks like good slabs and good grass. And then climb up over there. Then lunchtime. So there's the notch I was trying to go below. Looks like I made it below it. So now I just make a beeline up that way, and that's not quite the summit. It looks like there's a little bit more after it. Does look like there's a little puddle or two down there. Very beautiful area. Alright, here we go. That's false Merced right there. The real Merced's in the back. You can see that waterfall I stopped at way over there. It's getting closer. But remember, that's not it. Back on the ridgeline. There's the Clark Range over there with Clark about right dead center. So I don't think it's that, but it may not be visible still either. We'll see when we get to the top of this hill. There was some loose rocks on the way up, but there was also some pretty good solid stuff too. Okay, looks like it's just right up there. Guess we could see it from down below. That's good, it means we'll have better views. Alright, here we are. I'm ready for a break. So I'm not exactly sure what three things we're dividing, but I'll check the map and get back to you on that. Probably the Merced River, the South Fork of the Merced River, and the San Joaquin. But we'll verify that. So yeah, as far as I can tell, those are the three drainages that are divided here. From this ridge, on the left you've got the San Joaquin River, and on the right, the South Fork of the Merced River. And then on the other side of this ridge, should go down to the main Merced River. And I guess this way divides the Merced and the San Joaquin. So there's my lakes down there I'm going to be visiting. Time to get on down to them. So that's still the one I think is Bartholomew and Mammoth Mountain over there. Probably Star Minaret. The rest of the minarets. Ritter and Banner. And Lyle and McClure. Mr. Clark again, looking a little formidable. And Gray Peak and Red Peak. Red Peak may be the higher of those three. And then Merced Peak over there is even higher. Beautiful little valley right here. That's for sure. A couple of herons up here, but no register that I could find. So no record left behind this time. Pretty impressive little snowfield here. Alright, 2:30, time to go down. Alright, I reached the gap. Not quite the way I intended to go down, but it's working. So first up, we've got Walton Lake and Frying Pan Lake. I guess you got the handle on the end there. I brought my water filter today, but I haven't used it yet. Just keep dipping out of these little streams. Sure does taste good. Interesting coloring on the rock up there, I just noticed. Mostly gray with a little bit of red splashed in there. That's not Triple Divide Peak where I just was. That may be one of its kind of 3 summits. But I think the high point is back there. Walton Lake is approaching. Will it be my first swim? So here's Walton Lake. Beautiful with that mountain up there. I went for my swim. Perfect little jump off rock right here. Easy to get back on, or you can get on over here too. So just over the hill is Frying Pan Lake. I think I'll head there next. So here's Frying Pan Lake. A little more snow hanging around this one still. Another nice little jump off point and easy exit. The cold icy stream coming in right here, but still felt really good. So there's the handle of the frying pan. Very, very nice. Perfect day for a couple of swims. Hoping for at least one more. I'll try to wait till Breeze Lake. Goes down that way, and some of it's spilling down this way too. Sure weren't any mosquitoes up there. They're starting to come out now. Probably will as we get lower. Here come the lakes. These should be the Slab Lakes. Looks like they're very well named. A lot of slabs around here. Which is good. Much better than loose rocks like I dealt with up there. That's a beautiful lake. I'm sure though with all that grass and standing water around it, it'll be a mosquito fest. So I'll try and stay high enough to avoid that. Breeze is helping, that's nice. I have to look on a map and see if there's a shorter approach to this area. Just wonderful. Alright, clock's ticking, mosquitoes are coming. Or they're already here. Somebody's happy to be here. Seen a couple of markers, but I haven't really picked up much of a trail yet. Haven't needed it, just go downstream and stay away from the creek. I'm not sure if this is a lake or just a widened part of the river. Lots of little grassy islands, it looks like. Probably lots of mosquitoes, that's why I'm not stopping. Starting my contour toward the next two lakes. Looks about as easy terrain as I'd hoped for. I'm watching my track that I drew to make sure I go high enough and don't go too low. Looks like it might get a little steeper over here. It got a little bit trickier, but looks like it's going to ease off pretty soon according to my topo map. We should be coming around the corner to some more lakes pretty soon. So this is Ann Lake. And now I think I have to climb up this hill to get to these other lakes this other big lake that I'm going to. I guess we must have crossed out of the national park. No more cool outline signs, or stencil. I guess that's the term for it. Guess we missed Rutherford Lake this time. Maybe we'll see it from Fernandez Pass. Well, I finally made it to Fernandez Pass. Kept thinking I was getting there, but it just kept going. Had to put the mosquito repellent on again. They were getting annoying. And that should last me all the way back to the car now. So last look at Ritter and Banner. The minarets. And probably Bartholomew. Right there. I don't think I'm going to get my last swim in Breeze Lake. I'll still go by there, but probably shouldn't stop. I'm running kind of behind schedule now. So off we go. That looks like where Breeze Lake is over there. Looks pretty trivial to get to. Hopefully I'll get some good photos of it with that mountain in the background. Yep, here's the junction. I hope it's not that far. Well, we'll see. There's Breeze Lake. That peak back there is Gale Peak, as in gale force wind. Not too much of that right now, thank goodness. Sounds like quite a bit of water coming in over there. Alright, let's see if we can make this shortcut to the Chain Lakes happen. Alright, I've crested a little ridge. I guess Fernandez Pass was up that way. Let's see what's on the other side. Whole lot of trees. Well, it looks gentle enough. Well, I think I found the trail I'm supposed to find. This should be the lowest of the Chain Lakes. Actually, it's a little further. This is like a marsh here. But look at all those shooting stars. Thank goodness for insect repellent. Nice little patch of lupin. Okay, loop is closed. Should be about 4 miles. I think it's about a half mile past this pass, which is probably where we enter the park. Phew. I'm back. Just barely didn't need the headlamp. I think this camera's light will suffice for the rest of the way back to the car. And we're back to the car. Time to go meet the others. Should be well on their way by now. Pretty long day again. There's been a lot of those this year, and there'll be plenty more.